Yeah, it's here in Tahiti with John Florence. It's the Occ-Cast number 5. Thanks so much, John, for joining me.
No worries. Stoked to be here.
Really appreciate it. I've got to let you know, I flew all the way from Australia to interview you.
No way.
I did.
Oh
no pressure
though. Now the pressure's on.
No pressure. Yeah, I'm so stoked to have you here. It was, good heat today. You had like 2 9s in your first round.
Yeah, I was super stoked. It was just really slow, so it's just a matter of being in that rhythm to be on those right ones. So that was really fun to be in that rhythm.
Yeah, you got the 2 waves of the day.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was epic. It seems to just turn on for you.
I was pretty stoked because the first half of the heat though was pretty slow actually. It was long wait, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna turn into a little battle, and then it just started pumping though, and so that was awesome.
And I think because Kelly said in his interview, he said oh, it's really slow out there, and he's like, what do you mean you just got 2 9s?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. But you've got to be the most adverse surfer in the new millennium. Like, you won the Eddie Aikau last year, and what you're doing on the WSL, and your last movie was just unbelievable. So you're just covering it all. Does it just come naturally to you, all this stuff? Or, did you ever surf Waimea before that a little bit, or?
Yeah, the big wave thing is pretty cool. Just growing up in Hawaii, you're kind of just born into it, I guess. You know, it's every winter. When I was younger, we used to have a lot of winters like that. It seemed like where there's just constant big swells, and I mean, it was either just figure out how to surf it and go surf, or not surf it at all.
Yeah, right.
And so, and it's always
some days there's nowhere else to surf, right?
Yeah, it's either Waimea or some of the outer reefs, and so, and you and your friends kind of are like, oh, today's the day, let's go try Waimea today, and then you just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and just since we were young kids, we were kind of always just stepping up like that. Yeah,
you get a bunch of friends that love to surf big waves too.
Yeah, it's really cool. Our whole little crew is just everyone's just so stoked on big waves, and especially coming into these last couple of years, everyone's really been pushing the bar and stuff. Like my brother's been getting some crazy waves out here. Nathan, and then Koa, Rothman, and Eli, and those guys. And it's cool because we have a nice little team set up for when the waves are big, and safety for each other and switch off. And and it's nice because when we go out and the waves like that, we can go choose any one of the outer reefs we want, and we have our team set up there, and we're ready to go, and we're pretty self-sufficient on it. So it makes it this really fun. I don't know, it's trippy. It's like I like the preparation of all the big wave stuff. And so just having my friends and just preparing everything like that is really cool.
Yeah. Do you always wear vests out there, or?
We wear the inflatable vests.
You do?
Yeah. Okay. And so that's a big confidence, but I mean, those things, you hear about them going out a lot, like either blowing up or not pulling, or so stuff does happen.
It does.
And you do see people though nowadays, like random guys that have never seen out before, just come out with a blow-up vest on. They're like, I got this vest, I'm good to go.
At Waimea, you'd have to be the youngest to ever win Waimea. I know that. Win the Eddie Aikau.
Yeah.
By far. You must have been. How old were you? How old are you now?
23.
23. So you were 22.
No, that was this year. 23.
I was just last winner.
Yeah.
Still 23.
Yeah.
And you had Clyde Aikau in it, and he's 66.
Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. Yeah, that was one of the best days of my life. Just how everything kind of turned out and stuff. And we had the Eddie call the week before that the Eddie didn't run. Woke up in the morning, it was flat, and we're like, okay. Yeah. And then crazy enough, it ran the next week, and so we were just like, wow, this is cool. And I was kind of super nervous surfing it, and then once you get out there and you get a couple waves and you're sitting next to Clyde Aikau, and you're just like, whoa, this is gnarly. So getting closeout sets on the head, you kind of get into the rhythm of it almost. Yeah. And so it was cool just to be out there surfing with my heroes and some of my best friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So back to the WSL. You're sitting in second now. Yep. And you're not far off, about 4,000. I mean, I'm not putting the mock on you or anything. I know you can win world titles, and it's just about how many. I mean, can you almost taste it? Will it can it happen this year, do you think?
Yeah, I think it could happen this year. I've just kind of been, competition's such a funny thing for me because I love free surfing almost just as much. And so competing, I'm trying to find this happy balance of how to deal with the pressure of it. Yeah. And so right now, sitting in second, not too far off first, and we still have this whole second half of the year to go. I haven't been thinking about that much, to be honest. I've just been like kind of putting that away and just focusing on just the contests that are coming. And and this year I've put a lot more time and effort into each event as to just like kind of going and just like, oh, I'm in Tahiti, it's sick. Like, you know, I've been looking into the heat strategies and stuff a lot more on that side, and it seems like it's working out well. Yeah.
So I think it is too. I mean, because you more than anyone, you spend so much time free surfing and like making video clips, and there's guys, I mean, Kelly Slater, for example, that he won't even surf in between events. Yeah. Totally opposite to you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I can see where Kelly and everyone would get that. You know, you want to rest and you want your body to be like perfect for the event. You want to, especially nowadays, like it's like, it seems like every year I've been on tour, it just gets gnarlier and gnarlier. Everyone's finding new little things and getting more in tune with it. And just watching like, you know, Gabe and Adriano and Mick and those guys, they're so like just
contest. It's all about preparation.
And then it makes them. You see how it works too. They're so consistent. Like I've been watching Mick a lot, and he's just so like just to the tee every time, just surfs perfect. And so I kind of took a little bit of that, and I was just like, okay, I want to try to do this. Yeah. It's been fun for me though, because I did the whole movie thing, and that was a cool thing in my life. I wanted to do that, and then now moving into the contest side of things, it's like a whole different thing.
Perfect timing, because that movie came out and now you're sitting in second, you still got a long way of the year left, so you can do that, like prepare for the
exactly. And the last couple of years making that movie was pretty stressful in a few ways. You know, going to an event and going straight to a free surf trip and changing your whole mindset on how to surf and stuff. And this year it's been nice. I'm like, I go home, take a little break, and I start preparing for the next event, and then I get here and I'm just resting and just surfing for my heats and, you know, a little bit of practice here and there. And it's been nice, actually. I think that whole movie thing really has made it easier almost.
The classic time, I actually was in Hawaii this year in February. I don't think we caught up with each other, but there was one day, and I don't know, this is random because you surf every day, but we're at the Billabong house and it was howling on shore. It was like 6 feet. Yeah. And you done the hugest backflip.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah. We were screaming from the Billabong house, and it was unbelievable. And like my son J-Boy and everyone were watching, I'm like, and they're like, all their jaws are like, are you kidding me? And like, you've done a couple. I mean, well, you've done the big backflip, you've done another crazy air. But you do remember that afternoon.
Yeah, I remember that afternoon for sure. We don't get winds that often like that. You don't get those west
Kona winds.
Kona winds. And when I think backdoor is an amazing airwave just because it has the ball to it and everything. And so I'm always out there if it's Kona winds and stuff. And it's cool because there's not too many people out.
There was no one out.
Do one wave after another.
Yeah. Oh, well, sweet. That was so nice. Thanks heaps, John.
No worries.
We really appreciate it. And good luck in the contest.
Thank you.
Hope you win.
Thanks so much.
Cheers, mate.